Radio.com. Good morning to you. So we've been talking all week long about the road to the KCAC presented by First Commonwealth Bank, and we've been focused a lot, justifiably, on the basketball championships. We're on the air with Renda Digital TV tonight at 5:15. A girls' game between Marion Center and Penns Manor tipping off at 6, and then the boys' game to follow between United and River Valley. So we'll be all over that tonight, but there's something else going on at the KCAC, and Jody Rainey, president of the Heritage Conference, is with us this morning. He told us about it and talked a lot about it when he was here on Monday, but we want to really expand upon it this morning because this is an amazing collaboration between a whole bunch of different folks. It's called Drafting Your Dreams, Arts, Athletics, and the Heritage Conference. Dr. Curt Scheib is with us this morning. Who tells me he's retiring at some point here soon. And by the way, that retirement petition has been denied.
Well, thank you, Todd. I appreciate that.
And Courtney Scherf with us this morning from Homer Center High School, art teacher.
Thank you for having me.
And what I'm hearing, the key player in this whole thing, and Jody Rainey rejoins us once more. Our visit this morning is presented by Marcus and Mack, voted best law firm and best personal injury lawyer 4 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online at marcusandmack.com. So, folks, it's called Drafting Your Dreams. Curt, you wrote to me this week about it. You're very excited about this.
Oh, I'm really excited about it. When Chris Corrin, who first connected me with Jody and then with Courtney, who knows everybody in Indiana County, it seems now, approached us with this idea, which is just extraordinary. I mean, I don't know of any other athletic conference or athletic, championship game where the arts and music and art, visual arts and design are included, and in the ways that we celebrate those students as well. So it's just great. So I'm so happy to have played a small part in helping to kind of coordinate this and how figure out what IUP's involvement could be and how we could share in this. And it's been just a pleasure to work with Courtney and Jody.
Well, it's amazing the way the program has come together and the various elements of it. Courtney, tell me about the idea and how we're able to make an even bigger splash in the arts in Indiana County with this event tonight at the Heritage Conference Championships.
Yeah, it's been a great event. And we've had an art display in the past, but it's only been just that. And so the idea was, how can we get our student artists more exposure and opportunity to be involved with this event, because it's a celebration of students of all different talents and abilities, and it's a celebration of a lot of different aspects. And we have a lot of resources available to students that they may not be aware of. So the idea was, okay, how can we connect student artists with people at IUP? How can we connect them with local gallery owners and studio owners and just present them opportunities that they can continue to pursue their passions in the arts outside of high school? And I was really fortunate every time I was reaching out to people. It was a lot of different worlds colliding. I was just reaching out to people that I've encountered throughout my life, and I think it's going to be a great opportunity for students and professionals to just coordinate and collaborate and encourage students to keep creating.
And a part of that outreach involves the Carnegie Museum of Art in Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Right. You want to talk about that a little more?
So Jim Nestor, I actually took his dad's sculpture class years ago, and Jim and I have known each other for years, and we still keep in touch. And when I ran this idea past him, he loved it, and he was willing to drive up and share what summer opportunities are available at the Carnegie Museum of Art and what other opportunities students have available to them. And I think that's really, really important because, we're in a small rural area, and I don't know that kids always know what they can pursue, and just kind of giving them that exposure and education is really vital, I think.
Right. Yeah. And I think it's important, too, because one of the things we want to help students do is to be able to talk about their art and their work and be able to engage with artists and sort of explore those opportunities. So to put them all together in a space so that they can sort of start to get used to this idea that there's this whole world out there that's ready for them. We just have to help them figure out, okay, these are where the doors are, and then they can just walk through them.
Yeah. Jody Rainey, We have talked in the past about how the Heritage Conference is so much more than athletics. Athletics is the key part of the Heritage Conference, but we've celebrated robotics. We've celebrated the scholarships that will be a part of the program tonight for academic excellence, and now this must be a thrill for you to see this happening.
It is. I've mentioned it to nauseum probably. You've heard it more than probably anyone from talking to you. But, the Heritage Conference, the uniqueness of it and what makes it special, and it was from the founding fathers, their concept of, it's to, first off, the mission is to create positive, enriching experiences for our students of our member schools. So the key focus is students in the areas of academics, athletics, and the arts. And so really, to me, tonight, we are finally doing something. We're creating a positive, enriching experiences for kids. And I think the value of this, and Curt kind of alluded to it, is tonight, what's going to happen. We have kids that might want to pursue this as a career opportunity or do something in a related field where their art skills and talents come to be. But we also going to have students up there tonight that just find it as a place to find themselves, a place to escape. They just have a passion. They enjoy the arts. And so just to build that network. How did this happen tonight? Okay, I worked for Chris Corn's father. Dr. Corn was the superintendent, and I knew Charlie Corn way before, the Heritage, like all this happened. But he always preached to me the value of network. And so I was at a meeting and I mentioned we need to do more for our kids in the arts. I think we do a lot for academics. I think we do a lot for athletics. But what do we really do for the arts? And so I shared that with Courtney, and I also shared that with Chris Corn from IUP. And then obviously from there, when we met with Curt and Courtney, I'm just sitting there and I appreciate them so much because I don't have the vernacular. Okay, I have an idea, but them two took that idea and just exploded with it. And like tonight, we're going to learn a lot. We're going to do something tonight. Something great always has to start with the first time. And I'm just so appreciative because our students of the Heritage Conference are going to get a chance to network with each other, kids that have same passion and same things that they enjoy. And so we're going to build that network, but also then to connect it with, not only IUP, the galleries that are coming, and other people in the arts. So our kids know how to kind of, move themselves, as Curt said. We're going to show them the doors. Now they can take that opportunity and further explore it. So I'm thrilled. This is going to be a fantastic night.
I think it's really fascinating to hear the way that you talk about it, and I sort of wish I was there to watch what he saw as you and Courtney sat down, right. Curt, and we're talking about the possibilities, and I could see the ideas flying back and forth between the two of you, and then you bring others in on the conversation. That must have been a great day.
It's lots of fun because you get to play in this really creative space, developing a really creative idea. And the thing that is also so compelling to me, if you think of student artists and you think of athletes, they've both been doing this stuff since they were little kids. They've never had a life where they weren't drawing something or playing ball or whatever the case may be. So there's actually a lot of similarities between these groups. So to bring them together in this joint celebration, it to me is even more powerful because we're celebrating this lifelong connection that students can have, whether it's in academics or in the arts or in sports, obviously. So it's just the celebration of who these students are and how they're going to carry that forward for the rest of their lives. So I think it's just extraordinary.
Courtney, tonight, of course, there will be the non-public element of it with the students and the opportunities for them to meet with and mix with gallery owners and the museums and all of that. There will be a public component as well, in that people will be able to go up on the upper concourse and they'll be able to see some of the artwork of these students, which, as I recall from past years, I always make it a point to go over there before everybody else gets in the arena and I start broadcasting. I want to see what they've made, and it amazes me.
Yeah, it's a great showcase and display of student talent across all 12 schools, and I think it's a really good exposure for them to have such a wide audience as well. There's how many thousands of people that show up tonight, so to have your work on display for that many viewers is quite impressive at this age.
Yeah, absolutely. And you as an art teacher, this has to be for you sort of like the culmination of a student's art career. You've probably taught kids in the lowest of the grades and sort of awakened their idea of what art is, and have watched them as they have progressed down through the years. Now these are juniors and seniors, and they're seeing the development actually bear fruit for them.
Exactly, and I always tell them that this is something that they had in them all along. They just needed to foster it and cultivate it and continue perfecting their craft, just as an athlete shows up and practices and continues to grow and thrive. And I do like that correlation that you had mentioned too. Like, there is a lot of similarities between athletics and the arts, and kind of dedicating yourself to just becoming a better version every day.
Yeah, and we talk about it a lot, with students at IUP about, you can major in art, you can do, and the question that people ask is, well, what can you do with that? And the answer is anything. You can minor in art, you can put the area of design with all sorts of areas. Everything in the world is designed. Sure. So, so there's so many opportunities. In fact, we're actually, with Dr. Miko Rose, who's leading the College of Osteopathic Medicine, we've been talking about pathways for art students to go to medical school, because art students have this sort of visual perception that is really valuable in healthcare. So there's just so many possibilities for them, and to get students to start thinking in these ways about, it's not like a straight path. You can go anywhere you want. It's like coloring outside the lines. You want them to color outside the lines a little bit.
Well, it's going to be a wonderful night at the KCAC from a number of different perspectives. Jody, tickets available at the KCAC box office still today.
Still today, $5. And I want to clarify, we had some questions on this. Is it $5 for this event and that? No, it's $5 gets you the entire experience tonight. So people coming in, if you're coming in because you really want to see this art show, it's just a $5 ticket that gets you access to everything. You can check out the art, you can watch the games, you can stay around and watch us honor our Distinguished Achievement Award winners and scholarship winners and things of that nature. So I'm just so grateful that this, we've had a long-standing partnership with IUP, and this is just the tip of an iceberg of what we can accomplish together. I'm so grateful for their participation in this tonight. But I said it's only $5 for the whole experience tonight. Gates open at 4:30. You can get your tickets during the day at the box office. You can pick them up at the box office at the game tonight. And I've said it all along. It's a celebration of students. Their talents in academics, their talents in athletics, their talent in art. And I do believe, like Curt, you said, art, it's pretty simple in my mind. Everything in life has an art. There's a science to it, but there's also an art to it. And I'm so excited and grateful, but it's $5, KCAC box office. Let's come out tonight, guys, and let's show these kids that, we appreciate their talents and gifts and putting them on full display for us to enjoy tonight.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you all for coming in to visit with us. We appreciate it. Hope to see a whole bunch of folks at the KCAC tonight. Drafting your dreams. Loving it. Thanks, folks. It's the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com.